Welcome back to this AFC South show. Week reaction, I believe it's number 226. With me as always, we got Isaiah from Third and Teal. How we doing, Isaiah?
I'm doing pretty good. Just, hanging out. Just got off work, relaxing.
There, there we go. Also with me, we got Jeff, aka Big Steck, co-host of Unstable. How we doing, Jeff?
Doing great. Coming off another victory Sunday. I'm having a good time.
Heck yeah. And then with us filling in for Curtis again. Curtis
Oh,
network. So
Uh oh.
we was that me
Uh
that
oh.
froze?
yeah, that was
Yeah,
you.
I think
All
so.
right. Okay.
For once, it's not Mike.
All right. Mike, how we doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty good, pretty good. Like I said, feeling a whole lot better in the daylight, so I can be seeing this team. No eyes and
Yeah,
teeth this
yeah.
time.
Yeah. We can see you now.
Yeah,
Got the hood up just to get a little suspenseful, but it's all right. You can find
yeah.
Mike on that Real Texans Team Pod. My name's Andrew, co-host of Titans Table for Two. So go to our respective channels and check out what we got going on over there. Uh, First, we'll go ahead and start off. Any injuries from this week's game that we need to know about?
Still
uh,
dealing with it.
No, everybody
I,
good?
I think like Grover got hurt a little bit in the game, but I saw him back out there, so hopefully it was nothing too much, but not that I can think of.
Got a little
Well,
boo boo. He went back out there.
little
Yeah,
boo boos, nothing for the
little
Jags.
boo boo.
Not that I know of. No, not that I can think of.
No, no new injuries, but I got like four guys recovering from concussions. So we'll see what happens this week.
Oh yeah. Well, we only got two football games to talk about this week, but both
Me
really
too,
good
Eric.
football games. Really good football games, both of them. We'll start off with the Colts game out in Berlin. What do you got for us, Jeff?
I mean, it was a mixed bag. I mean, a lot of people complain, like, and I'm one of them. I mean, you can look at Jonathan Taylor running 32 times and say, yeah, they fed him a lot, but if you look at when the carries actually came, it's like it was just like the Steelers. He'd rip off an 8 or a 9 yarder, and then they just like go to the pass. But thankfully, Jonathan Taylor is just so good. I mean, he had like a -1 yard run and busted for 83 yards. They leaned on Jonathan Taylor, and he finally kept leaning on him when he got to overtime. And Jonathan Taylor was able to seal it away with another 3 touchdown game. So it's hard to say what he's doing this season. It's crazy, but I'm loving it. It's definitely helping out. Daniel Jones. He did have another pick in the game, and he was a little bloody. He earned his wings in the game, I guess.
Yeah,
Now,
sure.
I don't know if he busted his lip or what happened, but there's some memes going around. They're pretty good stuff, but um, he's a tough dude, and he did what he had to do. Went 19 to 26, had another 50 yards on the ground, so he did good. Tyler Warren, he's an animal, almost 100 yards in the game. He had a really big crucial catch on a fourth down play. And I don't know if y'all remember when they drafted Alec Pierce, and I've kind of talked about this a few times, but he had the size and speed, I think, to be a true number one. And I'm not saying he is right now, but he's certainly starting to look the part. Seems like he's catching everything. He's a deep ball threat. He had that one, touchdown in double coverage. It was a hell of a catch. Um, I mean, it just sucks that it took overtime to put away the Falcons, but I mean, they do have a really good defense, and their offense was just, good today. And we talked about it in the pre-show. Buckner being out, that hurt. They just kept running it up the middle at him. Bijan's a great back, one of the best in the league, and fortunately ours is better. That's the difference in this one. But I mean, I'm happy to get the victory and have that 8th win going into the bye week. That was a huge win.
Yeah, good time to get some rest. Just before we jumped into what your guys' thoughts. So the final score was 31-25. Predictions went as follows. Jeff, 30 to 20. Isaiah, 28 to 17 Colts. Mike, 21-17 Colts. And I had 25-23 Falcons. So I was actually kind of close.
Almost sent it that way.
Yeah, they didn't end up sending it to overtime. I might have been right. But any thoughts on this Colts Falcons game?
Did you say Isaiah? You cut out there.
Isaiah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you got to give Jonathan Taylor the ball. I guess better late than never. But yeah, I mean, it's something that's been really great this year, and it's part of the reason that Daniel Jones has been able to kind of settle in and do his thing is because he hasn't had to be the entire offense. He can sit there and make the throws when he needs to make them and be on time. Probably. But anyways, he's making the on-time throws and he's getting the ball down there and he's taking a couple of shots this year that I didn't expect him to take. So they are letting him throw it a little bit deeper. But you got to continue to give Jonathan Taylor the ball. Just let him have his historic season. He's going to. He became the all-time rushing touchdown leader for the Colts in their history, which is a great mark to pass. And he's just going to keep on stacking them on, and he's still got some good years left in him. So I say just let him run the ball. You're not going to, this isn't the time to have him stop running. Week 15, when you have 10, 11, 12 wins, whatever it is, that's when you start letting him kind of ease up a little bit. But right now is not the time, especially against a really wonky Falcons team that plays people hard for no reason when they shouldn't and then sucks when they should. And so, yeah, I mean, just overall, they did it. And to win the game, that's all it took. So we'll just look to see that going forward. But I think it was a good performance. It could have been a great performance if they just would have let him run earlier in the game.
Yeah, for sure. Mike, you got anything on this game?
Other than about the same thing, Jonathan Taylor's having a MVP caliber season. As looking around the rest of the league, I don't see anyone else to actually give it to. So, and it isn't just because the rest of the league isn't doing anything, but Jonathan Taylor's doing some amazing things. We haven't seen running and catching and just an overall good football game like this in years from a running back. This is very similar to that Adrian Peterson MVP year. It's one of those things where you look at Steichen and be like, hey, why aren't you just giving the ball to the guy that's the best player on your team? It's great to watch, but it's mind-numbing.
I said that in that text thread. Like, they really could have just pulled a Bill Belichick in this game and not passed the ball at all, and probably have won the game. Like, it just there's no reason for he could have had 500 yards in this game if they just let him do it.
Yeah, like I said, Jonathan Taylor is showing right now he's a good mix of what Bijan, Saquon, and Christian McCaffrey. Like, he is the best running back in the NFL right now. Yeah. And that fluctuates from year to year, and he just looks great. It was entertaining to watch him run. It was entertaining to watch Bijan try to do the same thing, and it just wasn't working the same. Like you said, Atlanta is just a wonky team. I said it the night before the game, like, Atlanta's going to show up and they're going to play hard, and nobody's going to understand why or how.
Crazy, because Michael Penix went 12 for 28. Like, that's insane. Yeah. 12 for 28. Yeah. Bijan,
that's an AR stat line.
Oh,
yeah.
That was one thing I forgot. I don't know how I forgot about it, but a lot of people were being harsh on Sauce in this game, and it's like, well, their feet got tangled. Drake, it was just a good route by London on a 2-point conversion. Overall, I mean, you got to look at everything. Even Sauce said, hey, I came into this week preparing for Cleveland, and then the next thing I know, I'm preparing for Atlanta and Berlin. So I've got to fly into Indy, and then I got to fly out to Berlin. The fact he even started, like, he played pretty much every down on defense is, I mean, that's a win right there.
Every single player gets beat at some point. Terrell Reeves got beat in his prime, and he was one of the best corners ever. Like,
and the fact of it is Sauce, like we said, if you're not going to say Sauce is a top 3,
he almost
if not going to say Sauce is top 3, he's the top 5. Sauce is a good cornerback. I'm not gonna shit on him. He's a very good cornerback.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, cornerbacks, they have one job: hold the receiver in front of you and occasionally tackle a running back. Well, and I saw him try to do it. I talked shit about it, but he did try to tackle a running back.
He did try. But this defense is a lot different because Lou doesn't use like typical man. You kept seeing like Drake London shift into slot, and that's not where Sauce plays. So you kept seeing him like kind of check off of Drake because they kept moving Drake into the slot, and I guess that's why they thought that Sauce kept getting beat by him, but it wasn't him. He plays on the outside.
Sauce is an outside corner, and he's a cover 2 corner. He is not a man corner. So if you're a cover 2 corner, you're not following anyone.
Yeah,
that side of the field is your responsibility. And he did a damn good job.
A lot like Richard Sherman.
Yeah, you're not a man cover guy. Hey, this is your area. Anything in this area, you try to take it or knock it down.
And you're really good at reading the quarterback in that zone too.
Mm-hmm.
You know when to take chances.
Yep.
This Colt. So before we started, Jonathan Taylor, Mike said, MVP type season. What sucks is he's probably not going to get it because it's such a fucking QB driven award. Because Saquon could have easily gotten it. Derrick Henry should have gotten it.
I'll make the argument
Chris
that Saquon
Johnson
should have had it. Like,
yeah, Saquon should have, and he didn't.
No, that's what
Derrick
he
should have
said.
gotten it. Derrick should have gotten it. He didn't get it. Chris Johnson, the only person to ever have 25 total yards, one time NFL history,
It's not a
didn't
lot
get
of
it.
yards.
2,500.
You didn't say 25. You said 25.
I did. Maybe I froze.
It must have cut out. Yeah, it must have cut out.
Yeah,
I was like 25 yards, man. What
Only
a
person in NFL history for 2,500 total yards. One.
Yeah.
Didn't get it. So it's such a. And the reason Adrian Peterson got it is because he was coming off the ACL. He did that.
I'm gonna make 2 arguments here for Jonathan Taylor. One, is there anyone at their position doing better than Jonathan Taylor is at his?
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that's
no.
MO.
No. I'm not saying that you're not saying. I'm saying like to the people that say that Jonathan Taylor isn't, who is better at their position right now than he is at his?
Well, no,
Like,
just say, what quarterback? It only matters if it's a quarterback.
Yeah,
Is there
then
not
give it a
There's
quarterback
no
award.
quarterback really
And
sticking
it's not
out.
MVP. Make it the quarterback award.
Well, that's the problem is they already have a
Drake
quarterback
May,
award, an
Baker.
offensive player of the year, and an MVP. It's
Yeah,
like-
Drake May and Baker are both having great years.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not.
Like
They're
That's
not
only two
historic.
Jonathan
that's
Taylor
out, like,
running back.
Lamar hurt.
The
Josh
only
Allen
way
has been.
the only way we're going to
Joe
see
Burrow got
another,
hurt.
Josh Allen's
No.
eliminated with Miami. That
Yeah.
no, the
Well,
only way we're
Lamar
gonna see
got
another
hurt.
MVP
Joe Burrow got hurt. So
Another MVP
Yeah.
that's not a
You know what?
quarterback is if somebody breaks in like a rushing record or something like that. Like Jonathan Taylor's going to have to break the rushing record to get the MVP season. That's just
and
what
probably in the 16 games. Like
Yeah.
I think if he needs 17, it probably won't. He should.
And the
but
thing
won't.
is, the guy they're probably going to give it to is that guy playing for the Rams, the quarterback for the Rams.
Stafford, he is playing
Yeah.
great.
Stafford.
So is Darnold.
He is
He
playing.
is playing good football.
Darnold's
he is
playing
playing
amazing
great.
too.
Yeah, Darnold's got a chance for it too.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be Bradford with 25 touchdowns already.
Bradford. Ooh.
Ooh, I think Stafford. Ooh, God.
Sam Bradford.
Woo!
Hey, he did play for the Rams. I mean, you got that part right, but
Hey, I've been drinking. I apologize. God dang. No,
He ain't been in the league in a while.
And I don't even know where he is, but he's still rich.
Yeah, no doubt.
True.
Because he was the last one before that rookie pay scale, and he got like $40 million on his rookie deal or something insane.
Yeah.
Stafford, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Y'all see the stat where he just now hit 500 for his career record? That's how bad the Lions were for so long. The thing is, he was a good quarterback there.
His whole life. He hasn't had a bad
Oh,
year.
yeah.
He's never had one.
He had Calvin there. He had Golden Tate was there with him. Like, man.
Problem is they didn't have like running back. They didn't really have much of a line. The defense outside of like Sue was terrible. Like
What? That's just say it. He played for the Lions.
Sue was great,
he
but
played for the Lions.
yeah,
Yeah.
and there's nobody around him, and he kept getting suspended, for stepping on people.
Or
they
taking
had Nick
people involved.
Farley. Okay, they had Farley. Farley was good. Yeah.
You had to look up the Lions roster, didn't you? That's
Yep.
what you were doing right now.
No, I know Nick Farley. Ultimate Team, baby. They gave him a way better card than they should have.
Oh,
I
out
had
of
him.
Auburn. Yeah, I remember Nick. Was he
Or
on that? He was on
was it
that.
Nick Fairley?
It's Farley. He was
It's
on
Farley,
that.
yeah.
He was on that national championship team with Cam, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. They had Kyle Vandenbosch for a little bit too after he left the Titans, but he was kind of older. But before we jump into the next game, I just want to address this. It's actually true.
Yep.
After this week, the Jets won, the Saints won. We are the sole holder of the number 1 pick in the draft right now. So that is a win for the Titans. Because I want to get that pick and trade back for somebody who wants Mendoza or Simpson or whoever the hell's going to go first this year.
Y'all ain't trading back.
We need to trade back and get.
Ain't no quarterback worth trading back for. I'll tell you that much. There ain't no
trading up for. But there's always people that will reach for a quarterback. Mitch Trubisky went number 2 overall. You know what I mean? Somebody will be like, "Hey, we'll give you some." Someone will fall in love with Mendoza or
you gotta think about this.
Like a few years ago, reached at number 4 too.
They know.
I don't know who that was, but
you guys do or don't need. What you got to worry about is, do the Jets think they have to take a quarterback at 2 or 3, or do they think they can get one later? Because if they think that, somebody will trade up with the Jets, because the Jets already have 16 first-round picks in the next 2 years. They'll trade up with the Jets instead of y'all, because they know y'all ain't taking shit there besides an edge rusher or a lineman.
We'll see. We'll see. The potential's always there.
Yeah, there's always potential.
I'd rather have the value, whether we trade out of it or not.
There's always one idiot.
Yeah, there's always a Bears and a Panthers, kind of thing going on. So
Cleveland's willing to do some stupid shit.
Yeah, Cleveland always they have an extra first anyway. Some team traded up with them.
They'll do 2 this year and the 2 for the next 2 years.
Yeah, exactly.
And throw in a quarterback with it. Give you a pick and one of the quarterbacks.
Give you Joe Flacco.
Jador's going to come out at some point, right?
He's got
Joe Flacco leaves the Browns to go to Cincinnati and fucking kills it. Like, this is the most Brown shit ever, dude.
And then you see fucking Burrow's practicing this week. Burrow's practicing this week. He's supposed to be back in the next couple of weeks.
Leave him on the bench. Just let Flacco go till he can. Keep Burrow fresh, baby.
What are they playing for?
I mean, the AFC North is like pretty
wide
open. I mean, the Steelers aren't great.
They are the definition of a wide open conference right now.
Yeah, I mean, the Ravens are fighting back. The Browns suck, but I mean, the Bengals have potential
to not suck as much.
But let's get into this Jacksonville Texans game before we read off the scores. I'll be first. I thought this was going to be a low scoring game, and I think my exact words was, I put $1 billion on the under. Good thing I don't have $1 billion.
You'd have $1 billion less.
Yeah. Isaiah 23-20 Jacksonville. Mike 30-24 Texans or a 24-24 tie. This is to
hey, I was right. God damn it.
Jeff 23-20 Houston, and I had 15-13 Houston. Both teams scored more than my total by themselves. So I guess we'll let Isaiah go first, since the Jacksonville Jaguars lost.
I'm going to make 2 comments, and Mike's going to keep his mouth shut until I finish both of them. All right. The refs gift wrapped this game for the Texans on that Christian Kirk touchdown. They gave the Texans this game. But Jacksonville was calling plays on the last 4 drives to sustain a lead, not increase the lead. And so we need to actually try and score, considering we scored more points on the Texans than anybody has this season. Short field aside, we have to keep on trying to score instead of just trying to maintain the lead. I think they ran it 7 out of their last 9 plays. 7 out of their last 9 plays. You got to try and go for it. Tackle isn't allowed to be 500 pounds. He's a big boy. But no, I mean, overall, Jacksonville was playing to keep the lead, not to increase it at the end of the game. And that's a mistake that we've made multiple times this year. Also, our defense in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter, just disappears. I think we've let up 30-something points in the past 2 games in the fourth quarter, while up multiple scores. The defense plays well in the beginning, and then they just somehow fall apart. We have the league's worst pass rush right now. And, I did say that if the Texans, our line can hold up and we can't get to them like we haven't been, Davis Mills is going to have time to throw the ball, and they're going to move the ball down the field. And they did in that second half very well. Overall, though, the Christian Kirk play, that was a push off, and they got lucky that they called it against Jarian for hand fighting. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's just, again, I don't like, I've even said this on our channel. we are a 1-win team. And when I say that, we're going to be 1 win away from making the playoffs or 1 win away from losing. And this could be that 1 win or, 1 loss, I guess I should say. But at the end of the day, the Texans wanted it more. Davis Mills threw a lot of yards. He played well. We let it up. And I did say as well, Dalton Schultz, if we can't hold on to him, he's going to be the reason we lose. And I do think he was part of it. He made some really clutch catches down the stretch. That rookie that nobody could remember the name of, Higgins, carved us up a little bit all night. Nick Chubb ran he had a couple of decent runs next time. That's funny. You made the Davis Mills joke earlier, and it didn't land. So, but Woody Marks had a great game. I loved watching him run. I think he's going to be really good for them going forward. But overall, though, Jacksonville, we got to call plays to end the game, not to stay in a lead. And much of the same dysfunction we've had all season came out in this game. I think Danielle Hunter had 3 sacks without even being touched by a lineman. So that was pretty cool. And so overall, what I said would lose us the game, lost us the game. And at least I know football, unlike Jacksonville, apparently. And I'll continue to just be over here in my misery. We'll see. The worst part is, we're not even bad enough to get a top 10 pick, but we're not good enough to have a bottom 10 pick.
Well, you don't have your
we
pick
have no pick. It doesn't really matter how good we are.
It doesn't matter, dude.
Trust me, I'm aware. I am well aware.
This is a good
welcome to the Indianapolis experience for the last 4 fucking years.
Yeah.
But
so
I know we're on
picking at 14 to 16.
Bad game for the Jags. I think it was 29-10 at one point.
Yeah.
That's again, if it's 29-10, and I don't really think Houston made any crazy defensive adjustments in the second half. Jacksonville made negative adjustments apparently. I don't know what that was all about, but soft ass zone coverage and just stopping pushing the ball down the field. I mean, if you keep handing it off and running it up the A gap so many plays, Houston's going to figure out, hey, we just go to the A gap. Yeah, that's it. Overall, though, shitty performance by Jacksonville in the second half, and hopefully we don't do that again this week. But yeah, that's really it. Go ahead, Mike. I know you're holding it. Go ahead. I got you. Oh. Did some of it come back? What do you – Bald! Sorry. King Neptune over here.
Guys, just to put it in perspective, I've said it before, the refereeing on both sides was really disgusting. I know that y'all feel that it was really one-sided. I was in the building. I was watching that shit. Those refs were trash. They were really bad. So if you want to say that they handed it to us, okay, fine. But there was some bad calls that went the other way. There was a lot of pass interferences that were being called. I was like, he didn't even fucking touch him. So it is what it is. And just to put it in perspective, 3.5 sacks is what Danielle Hunter finished with.
No, I said I had 3 where he didn't get touched, is what I said.
3 untouched.
The half he got touched, and that's why it was a half. But no, it was a Walker Little couldn't have let him in there faster.
Bro, and I'm going to say this, and it's going to sound crazy, but the Jacksonville Jaguars are not a playoff football team. They're not.
Oh, I don't think so either.
They're definitely not. I'm not saying that the Texans are. The only truthful playoff team in our entire division right now is Jeff's Colts. And even at times it could be questioned with them.
Blake would argue that the Titans are going to –
Yeah, nah.
The road to 98 starts this Sunday, baby.
The Texans, the thing about it is anybody that's been in the division, like all you guys have been watching for a while, Davis Mills is not a bad quarterback. Is he a starting level quarterback? I don't know. He looked like he was this Sunday. And contrary to popular belief, I didn't know he had it in him. Davis Mills is a goddamn gunslinger. After he threw that first stupid-ass interception, I was like, oh, shit. This is what we really got going. But he kept throwing the damn ball. And I'm not going to give credit to the play calling just yet either. He hasn't really shown me anything. He showed me Davis Mills. For anybody that knows Davis Mills and how he plays football, you really would have started Nico Collins in your fantasy. Davis Mills loves him some Nico Collins.
Mm.
Yeah, you're right. He could start for Cleveland. It wouldn't take much.
I could start for Cleveland.
Who couldn't?
Well, apparently,
besides Shador Sanders.
yeah,
I could run out there.
Anybody but Shador can start for Cleveland.
yeah, anybody but Shador.
Well,
That's a fun
start
one.
Shador.
But the thing about it was the Texans played a good balanced game. They used their running backs correctly. That it's just the touchdowns that Jacksonville did score were based on a lot of fucked up shit happening. The fumble on the 8-yard line from Tremon Smith, that makes it pretty damn easy to score a touchdown. And the fact I knew something was up when the fact that y'all kicked the field goal, they called a 15-yard penalty on Danico Autry to give y'all a first down, and you still ended up having to kick a field goal. That should have been a prelude of what was coming with this game. Trevor Lawrence isn't it. I don't know. I'm not going to blame the play calling because the play calling looked pretty decent, but it was for some reason Trevor just couldn't throw it to his team. He overthrew like 4 of them that were like, oh, God, who the hell is he throwing the ball to? Now, get it wrong. He was running for his life, which is what, Isaiah, if you're being honest, you knew he was going to be running for his life, correct?
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah,
you knew.
I don't put this game on Trevor, but I hear you.
I'm not putting it on Trevor either. This is a team loss. This is one of the whole team.
Don't die.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that there's many quarterbacks that can be successful behind this line right now.
Have you seen the Texans line?
It's better than ours. You don't have Walker Little on your team.
This game, it was better for sure.
Yeah,
Walker Little has the most pressures allowed in the entire season, along with the most sacks by far.
The Texans started a guy with the last name Sal at right guard. I'm a Texan truther, and I don't know who the fuck that guy is.
I'd rather not know who it is than see Walker Little walk out there again for another fucking play. It's been like that since week 2.
City.
No, he's not. Hell no, he's not. Because we didn't even see him. They figured out
but
it was such
I'd rather my bad offensive line be a guard than a tackle.
Yeah. True. But hey, and we let that guy, that 500-pound guy, play his very first game. I thank y'all for just not exposing him like he probably should have been.
Josh Allen sucks.
Oh shit.
Josh Allen needs to be traded.
Damn. Not
Trayvon Walker. The rush for the Jaguars is underperforming like crazy.
I mean, Trayvon Walker's missed 6 games. Josh Allen's been playing all 13 of them, and he's got 2.5 or 3.5 sacks.
Yeah,
and he was like that last year too. He had all these pressures. You know, our interior D line ain't nothing to write home about. But goddamn, dude, you had 17 one year because you got 6 against the Colts and 7 against the Colts, and then nobody else. You didn't touch the quarterback the rest of the year except for one other game. Like the dude, he's just Trent Baalke. Right,
he's inefficient. He is definitely inefficient.
Writing checks.
But before this game, the Texans could have said the same thing about Danielle Hunter.
I will say too, though, Trayvon had a pretty decent game, but they flagged him for that one because the crown of his helmet touched Davis Mills' Adam's apple or whatever, and the other one.
That's a hard neck to miss.
Yeah, I mean, I think that unless they make like face mask to face mask contact, it shouldn't be a call for Davis Mills because he's like 6 foot of person and like 6 extra inches of neck and then his head. But no, Trayvon, they had that second one though. He tripped and didn't bring him down. That's unexcusable. But like he's not that bad. But damn, Josh Allen, bro, you paid him like he's top 3 and he's top nothing.
The thing about it is this. I don't even want to use this term, but Jeff called it something when we were in Jacksonville. Do you remember what you called it, Jeff?
Cripple fight?
Yeah. It still felt like that.
Yeah.
It still felt like that. It really did.
At least this game was a lot more entertaining than the one we went to. Like,
well, yeah. It wasn't as hot. It wasn't as hot. So that already is a point in itself.
It's a lot more fun from the living room.
The thing came, no, I was there. And Okay. I'm a true Texan fan. I love my team, but you know what kept me from going home? Everybody else went home. Me and my son was sitting next to each other. You know something? I was like, why rush out here to go sit in the parking lot? So fuck it. We'll wait for everybody else to leave. Then Davis Mills started slinging a ball all over the goddamn field.
And I think I had that game on Red Zone, and I was just sitting there like, man, Jacksonville keeps punting. I'm like, they're letting the Texans stay in this game. Like, they're gonna fuck around and win this game.
There was a guy sitting next to me that when he first came to sit down, because he didn't show up till like the halfway through the second quarter. I heard his voice first, and I thought it was his wife talking. I actually thought it was his wife. He was real high pitched, and he kept telling us, "The Texans are gonna have this game. They have this game all won. This is how he's talking that whole game." And I was like, "Oh, he is." I was like, "Man, I wish I could be as optimistic as you." And as the game kept going, I told you they were gonna win that game. I told you. Look. Now they're gonna go down and score. And I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, fuck, he's right.
You know what pissed me off though?
Slip six, yeah.
Slip six.
Slip six.
Oh shit.
Jacksonville could have won this game potentially. I'm not gonna say they would have, because the pick six still happened at the end. But we would have.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought y'all had it won. I thought y'all had it. I really did.
The last punt that we did, the drive before, or the drive that like we punted it to you, you went down and scored the touchdown, like to get up on us, right? We were at y'all's 49. Let Cam Little kick the fucking football. There's a minute and 16 seconds left. I mean, you're punting to them. Our defense couldn't stop they couldn't stop anything. They couldn't stop a leak on something that's not even leaking that fucking Sunday. And like, we punt from the 49. Let him fucking kick the field goal. If he misses it, the same fucking thing happens. So our defense couldn't stop him anyways. It made no sense. Let him kick the field. And then we kick the field goal. It's 32 to what? That'd have been 24. And then the Texans go down. They have to go for 2, which,
we slipped.
Yep, which they slipped. And then Jacksonville gets the ball back, or you kick an onside. Let's say we still get the ball back. You kneel out the game. It's over. But instead, we go, hey, guys, we've been going for it on 4th down all year, and we let him kick a fucking 68-yarder last week. How about we punt the ball on their side of the field? Fuck no. I told the guys in the group chat, I said, under 2 minutes, anything 75 yards and in, I'm letting him kick the fucking football. Let him try. Obviously, we couldn't stop him.
We also want to see a 70-plus yarder.
No shit. But that he just made a 68, and he was right down the middle with it. He's been making his kicks all day. He made 2 of them on that one drive where they fucking stopped the play for whatever it was. And then it's a 67-yarder, and we're like, we're gonna play it safe here with a minute and 16 seconds left, and we can't stop him. Let's just punt it.
See, Isaiah, you really want them to piss test your kicker, because it's coming. It's fucking coming.
They've already done it. I'm sure. There's no way. The piss tests aren't random. Okay. Nobody can convince me they're random, because there are many players we know do drugs that do not get tested. I'm sure, because they wouldn't still be playing.
Do you know how many times that Pat McAfee had like a huge booming punt, and he was immediately piss tested after the game, like 3 times in one season? Like, it's fucking random.
Hey, the Neil Hunter had one after last night's game, yesterday's game. But they're gonna call it random. They're gonna call it random.
No, they're not random.
It's like the Michael Scott in The Office, like eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It's random.
Dude. Yeah. And what makes it even crazy is Cushing's at the game, and we're all like, But we're gonna piss test this guy.
Cushing has a fucking trench coat. He's like, "Hey, dude, I got what you need, man." He just over the. Could you imagine having a kicker hitting 73 yards at a decent enough clip where you need a touchback and 1 first down to get 3 points on the board? Barely a first down, and you can kick a field goal.
I mean, it's crazy to me though. Like, I just hate the inconsistent aggressiveness. Yeah. Like, you either have to be fully aggressive. And if you get up 29-10, you need to be up 52-10. I don't care. Keep fucking scoring, because, and again, we we're throwing the ball, we're moving it, we're running the ball, and then we're like, okay, hold on, guys. We've been doing all this trick play stuff, and we've been moving the ball. Now we're just going to run it up the middle every play, and then just when they think we're going to run it up the middle, we're going to, and then they're like, he just made it from 68 last week. We're going to punt this week, guys. Okay, no field goals, no kicking it.
Hey, you know what makes it even crazier? We play in a dome with absolutely no wind.
Yep,
and they punted it. Even I was like,
well, because my thing is, right, okay, let's say we miss it. Okay, sure, we miss it. We have had terrible coverage on punts all year. We've had terrible coverage on kickoffs all year. These guys are getting the ball. They're taking it back 20, 30 yards from the spot that they get it. And he's already basically back to the fucking 30, 40, 50, whatever you want to call it. We're at the 49. Okay, they're at the 49. They're going to drive the field and waste the clock, whether they get it at the 10, the 15, the 20, or the 50. Let him fucking take it if he misses it. And then hopefully they score with some time left. But, like, either way, we're in a shitty situation. You might as well try and put some fucking points on the board with a kicker who can fucking do it inside of a dome. Like, come on. It just selective aggressiveness is the worst thing that's coming. Like, analytics just same thing with fantasy football. Analytics and fantasy football have ruined the sport when it comes to just like having fucking cojones, whipping them out on the table and fucking going for it.
See, this is one of those times I wish I could have been in the room with it. I was like, how did you feel when you saw Davis Mills take off for a 20-yard touchdown screen?
Oh, I was not happy, but her family and my dad was here, so I kind of kept it. I was on my phone, so
you had to mute it.
I didn't feel great about it.
Because, bro, we talked about
was like at that point though, I really wasn't even that mad. Like I was still upset, but I wasn't as mad because I was like, well, we're Jacksonvilling around. I mean, shit, we did it. We did it in the game earlier in the year. It was just a lower score. We were up. Should have, and shouldn't have let the Texans back in it. And then they decided, hey, we're going to stop playing defense in the fourth quarter. Yes, aggressive typing noises, absolutely.
Yeah,
but
right.
No, I mean, at that point, I was like, well, we're just bound to lose this game because we don't trust the guys who can do it. But yeah, I wasn't happy.
And just to kind of like to touch on what Isaiah was talking about, like the consistent aggressiveness that they don't have. It's like in the Colts game, like it was the opening drive for the Colts. It was 4th and short, went for it and didn't get it. And of course, all these Colts fans, these armchair GMs are like, well, why didn't they go? Why didn't they take the points? And I'm like, well, first of all, we have Badgley. And second of all, because that's what Shane Steichen's been doing all fucking year. He went for it 5 times against Pittsburgh on 4th down. He went for it on his own side of the field. Why would you change it there? So it sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The Colts have been great on 4th down, but it's like I get what you're saying, Isaiah. Like why wouldn't you be aggressive here in Houston? I mean, you're trying you win this game, you're 2 games back. Be aggressive, and it's like
when
you're playing
one game back on the bye, like with you guys having the bye, we have potential to be technically 1 game back once we come back from it. We're 2-0 in the division, but instead now we're 1-1 in the division. We're 3 games back. Houston's 1 game back on us now, and yeah, I mean 2. Also, we went for 2, so just in case, we're still even if we went for 2, right? We go for 1 instead. We kick that. Sure, if they get the extra point, they win the game. But at the same time, we have more time to do something. Like, what are we?
What are we doing?
Inconsistent aggressiveness.
And Isaiah, now I want to ask you with that. Did you see your head coach's reaction after the last play of the game?
Where he took the belt and the headset off and everything?
And threw that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, any coach would, I would say.
No, but my thing is, what is he angry about?
I mean, because
to a point, he put himself in this situation.
He did, absolutely. I mean, with the way he talks and the way he is, though, I'm sure he was pissed at himself, but also equally, I'm sure he was pissed at the team. I mean, you get Trevor comes up big, gets us in field goal range. Then he gets us in extra field goal range, puts us at the 43-yard line with a throw to fucking Parker Washington to win the game, basically. And then, but you have your backup guard who you put in there for extra protection, puts his fucking hands in somebody's face and gets a penalty.
Yep.
And puts us, and then takes us all the way back out of range. You got 7 seconds left. You have to throw a Hail Mary. You're not getting,
really do.
We were, I think, 15 yards out of 68-yard territory or whatever it was. Like you have
no
to throw a
touchdown.
Hail Mary. You can't try and throw it. They're going to just guard the boundary. They're going to let you throw it deep and catch up to them, because you got to throw it 60 air yards. They've got time to get to it if you decide to throw it deep. And then, Trevor did what any quarterback would try and do, and he tried to stay on his feet and get rid of it to a check down there because that's all that was there. And he got tripped up and the ball went to the defender. I mean, at the end of the day, Cohen probably knows better than anybody he put himself there. I mean, at the end of the day, I would think so. But I also think that he's upset with the team, but I don't think what everybody's talking about with the whole I don't think the whole everybody's like, oh, he hates Trevor. Like, I don't think he hates Trevor.
No.
Like that's a stupid thing to react, but like it's just
I think he knows he's putting Trevor in some bad situations.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor's not the type of quarterback that you want to continue to constantly play trying to come from behind. He's a front runner quarterback. He looks great when his team is winning and everything's working. Every quarterback looks great like that, but that's when Trevor's at his best.
Well, no, Trevor's at his best when we're losing in the fourth quarter with one score. He's won over half of his games winning on the final drive of the game. He's got 10. He had 10 comeback victories. Last night would have made 11. And I think he only has like 23 or 24 wins. So I mean, weirdly enough, he actually plays his best football when they're losing. Which contrary to common belief, everybody's like, take the ball out of Trevor's hands. Well, we win more games when we put it in his hands. Seemingly. So, that's always a fun one. Timeout on the drive. Yeah, they also didn't take the runoff. So he didn't call the timeout to run clock, but then he didn't take the 10-second runoff whenever that penalty happened. Like, again, inconsistent aggressiveness. It makes no sense. And he's a first time, I think part of it too, though, is we drafted Travis Hunter, and all of a sudden everybody thinks we're this great playoff team that's going to make it, going to do great things. Whenever we got a backup center who just so happened to be better than our starter, because our other guy retired. And then we got a right guard who started one season and was okay in that season. We have the same left tackle that sucked ass bad enough to not even be able to start over Cam fucking Robinson. We got Anton Harrison, who hasn't seen a weight room since he fucking got out of the college. And we have a left guard he's okay, and he wasn't even fucking playing last night. We had the backup in there as to win a job, and he's been on the team for 6 fucking years. Like, we're not a fucking playoff team. I think people are not understanding that we have a secondary that is not a playoff secondary. And like our two safeties, when we have them, Eric Murray's on IR right now. They're not starting on 30 other teams in the NFL. There's probably one other team they may start on, one of them, not both of them. Our secondary, we had Tyson Campbell, who was fucking terrible. Greg Newsome, he's been playing better, but you can't really expect him to do much against a guy like Nico Collins. And even Higgins had a great game over there. Now, again, I think they were letting a lot of fighting go, like overall throughout the game. I think both teams did get away with stuff down the field. I'm not going to say they didn't. It's just the Kirk one hurts worse because the Kirk one was like in the moment. That's what like put the Texans back in the game right there. So that one hurts the worst. But like overall, both teams doing their thing. But no, I mean, we have a bottom 3 O-line. We have a bottom 5 secondary. We have a pass rush that's not great, and people think we're just we have the best linebacker duo in the league. We're going to go to the we have Travis Hunter now. We're not a playoff team. We were a 7-win team, 8-win team this season at most, and it's coming to reality now because people are getting hurt, which is the reason we were going to be a 7 or 8-win team. We'll probably still get there, but like people are getting hurt. We weren't a great team to begin with. We were on a Cinderella run that was never going to come true. And now we're sinking back into reality, and people don't like that. I mean, it's first time head coach, first time GM. Tony Baselli is a first time front office executive. We have an entirely new coaching staff. We have the youngest coaching staff. We have a first time offensive coordinator who's not calling plays. We have a first time defensive coordinator who is playing soft as zone coverage. And it's a brand new thing. Everybody needs to chill the fuck out. Trevor Lawrence, he's never developed. Okay, well, he's in a first year in a new system. Give him some time. but this was never a playoff team. And I think we just got so hyped up because we came out so hot, and then now we could still get hot and go. It could happen, but like we're back in reality now, where it's likely not going to happen.
Football's a hard sport.
Yep. My biggest takeaway. So, that pass interference was a horrible call. But in the group chat, there's a lot of talk about the penalties. All that stuff didn't matter to me until that call, until that one. That one did suck a lot. All the whole, like, I don't. If there's a hold of the play, it's not called. When it's against your team, it's always gonna be more frustrating. But there's tons of holds that don't get called like that. I try to like that's whatever. But that was a really bad call. But what really happened to me is the Jaguars' weaknesses they've had kind of all year really magnified in the second half. Guarding tight ends has been a problem for them all year, and Schultz really took off in the second half. The pass rush being non-existent, Davis Mills started to feel comfortable back there, made plays. So I think Texas finally started taking advantage of the weaknesses in the second half. I'm not really sure, but that's what I was saying. Like Dalton, so you said it too. Dalton Schultz is going to have a big game because they've had trouble guarding the tight ends all year. It was a good game. Could have gone either way. Looks like it's probably a good place to stop it. Anybody got anything to add for this week?
Yeah, I just it's something I don't do very often. I just wanted to do a big shout out to the Houston Texans for winning. Did the Colts a solid.
I really don't think that changed your season at all. So don't worry about
it
that.
helps though. It gets distance. I'm just saying it helps get some distance.
It makes you feel a little better now, but you're going to feel great at the end when it still happens either way.
This Colts team, I just wanted to mention this because I was thinking about it earlier, reminds me of the Titans team that went to the AFC Championship. Great running back, a quarterback doing what he's supposed to be doing, like Tannehill was what Daniel Jones was that season. A good defense, you know. So they just kind of have, like, obviously not exactly like, but they give me a similar vibe, like lean on your running back and let your quarterback do what he needs to do. I think. Yep. But on that note, make sure you go check out Mike over at That Real Texas Team Pod with Chris and Curtis. If Curtis wants to show, who knows? He can go to the chat, but he can't come to the pod. Make sure. Danny Dimes in the cool, yeah. Make sure you go over to Third and Teal. Check out Isaiah, Trevor, and Eric holding it down over there. Going over to Unstable. Check out Jeff and Justin. And then come on over to Titans Table for 2. And we'll be glad to give you all the news you want from all your favorite teams. On that note, be good people, as Curtis always says, and fuck the Colts.
Never the Titans.
Fuck all you.